Long before the United States became a symbol of freedom and opportunity, the land had its own deep and complex history. Millions of Native Americans lived across North America, building societies, trade networks, and cultures that thrived for centuries. This reality is often reduced to a footnote, yet it forms the foundation of everything that followed. When European powers arrived, they did not find an empty land. They entered a world already alive. Colonization brought disease, violence, and displacement that decimated indigenous populations. At the same time, European colonies grew wealthy through systems built on exploitation. Enslaved Africans were forced into brutal labor, creating economic foundations that would later fuel American growth. The idea of freedom that defined early America applied to only a few. While the colonies protested British control, they maintained strict social hierarchies. Liberty was spoken loudly but practiced selectively. When independence was declared in 1776, it was revolutionary but incomplete. Women, Native Americans, and enslaved people were excluded from the promise of equality. The American Revolution was not just a fight against Britain, it was a struggle to define who deserved rights. Victory created a nation, but not justice for all. The Constitution that followed protected freedom while simultaneously allowing slavery to continue. These contradictions were not accidents, they were compromises. This early chapter reveals an uncomfortable truth. America was built on both idealism and injustice. Understanding this tension is essential because the echoes of these early choices still shape the nation today. As the United States expanded westward, it promoted a powerful belief that America was destined to stretch from coast to coast. This idea, known as manifest destiny, justified expansion but concealed its cost. Native American tribes were forced from their lands through broken treaties, military violence, and forced relocation. Entire cultures were nearly erased in the name of progress. At the same time, the nation industrialized rapidly. Railroads connected cities, factories reshaped labor, and immigration surged. Millions arrived seeking opportunity, but many found exploitation instead. Long hours, unsafe conditions, and poverty defined working-class life, while wealth accumulated at the top. Slavery remained the nation's greatest moral contradiction. As new states formed, the question of whether slavery would expand divided the country. Political compromise delayed the inevitable, but could not prevent it. Civil War became the deadliest conflict in American history, a war not just over territory, but over the soul of the nation. The end of the war abolished slavery, but freedom did not bring equality. Reconstruction promised change, yet systemic racism replaced slavery with segregation and discrimination. The systems that followed ensured that power remained unevenly distributed. This period shows that American growth was not peaceful or fair. It was contested, violent, and deeply unequal. Progress came, but never without resistance. In the 20th century, America rose as a global power. 2 world wars, technological innovation, and economic dominance reshaped the nation's image. To the world, the United States represented freedom and democracy. At home, the story was more complicated. The Great Depression exposed economic fragility, while government reforms redefined the role of the state. Post-war prosperity expanded the middle class, but access remained unequal. Racial segregation, gender inequality, and political exclusion persisted beneath the surface of progress. The Civil Rights Movement forced America to confront its contradictions. Through protest, sacrifice, and courage, marginalized communities demanded the rights promised generations earlier. Laws changed, but social struggles continued. In modern times, America faces new challenges: political division, inequality, and questions about its role in the world. Myths taught in classrooms often simplify the past, avoiding discomfort. But real history is not meant to be comfortable. It is meant to be understood. The untold history of America is not about tearing the nation down. It is about seeing it clearly. Only by understanding the full story, the good and the painful, can the future be shaped with honesty.